Hello, guys, welcome and thank you for joining us on today's topic on academic pressure, a topic that resonates well with many students across the globe. I am your host, Shamim Hassan. Balancing assignments, exams, and personal growth can sometimes feel overwhelming. And today we're privileged to have maybe to hear from someone who actually understands these challenges. Imani, who's a year three pursuing international relations, has agreed to share her journey, shedding light onto the realities on academic life and also the strategies that have helped her overcome these struggles. Let's dive and maybe explore her story.
Thank you for having me. My name is Imali, a year three student at the University of Nairobi, taking international relations. So I chose international relations because I love to explore outside Kenya, outside the world. I love to know what's going on around the world, not only in Kenya but worldwide. Yeah, so that's why I chose international relations.
Okay, thank you so much. I have maybe some few questions for you regarding uh, the academic pressures that people go through, especially students, university students go through at the university. So I want you to tell me maybe I want you to answer a couple of questions. So maybe if I may start with your course, international relations is known to be demanding, very demanding, that is. Can you share maybe some of the academic challenges that you've faced so far?
So one of the most challenge I have is the reading because I have to do a lot of research, a lot of books, a lot of journals. It requires a lot of information. So I have to do like a lot of reading. I read like every single day, every time I'm reading. So that is the most challenging part of doing international relations because you are reading a lot of books, not only nationally but worldwide. So you need to read a lot of books. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe if you can tell us how many hours a day do you read?
Um, I can say
Maybe from the time you woke up until the time you're going to sleep, how many hours would you say I spend this much time on reading?
I spend 8 to 10 hours just reading because I have to cover a lot of work. So yeah, I spend that much time.
Okay. Maybe how does that pressure now affect maybe your mental health and your overall well-being?
Okay, the pressure is too much, especially assignments and coursework, reading, and you also have to do your own research. So the pressure is too much. At times you want to rest a bit, but you just have to read. So yeah.
So how do you manage it? Like, how do you manage maybe? How does it even affect your well-being? Like, does it make you really tired? Does it? How does it affect you mentally?
Okay, mentally I'm very tired most of the time. So I try as much. The little time I get enough rest because I'm going to spend a lot of time reading. So the little time I get, I relax, maybe listen to some music or sleep. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How has that pressure affected maybe the time that you interact with your friends? Like maybe going out, just making stories, having fun with your friends. How has it affected maybe your social life?
Okay, it has affected my social life so much because nowadays I don't have friends. I hardly go out because most of the time I'm reading. So yeah, my social life is not that good. The only time I get maybe I just stay there with the family members, but going out I hardly go out. Yeah.
So it has reduced maybe the
Yeah.
outgoing person you are. Were you an outgoing person before?
Yeah. Before I started this course, yeah, I was an outgoing person. Used to go out, have friends. Yeah.
Okay. Um, Maybe if you can tell us, like everyone has their own way of handling stress, and what strategies have you developed to manage academic pressure?
Okay, the strategies I've developed is I try not so much to like put my all attention there, in as much as I put all my attention there, but also some part I need to to let loose a little bit, so that it doesn't consume me like all the time there. So I get a little time, I go out, maybe hang out with family and friends kidogo, yeah, to just ease my mind and refresh my mind.
Okay. What about maybe playing game? Were you like, do you play games? Maybe because there are people who maybe find pleasure in just playing. Like, let's say if you're interested in football, volleyball, you'll find some people who are just going there to relieve their stress. So, are you such type of a person, or are you just the person to like hang out with family and friends, maybe to relieve their stress?
I'm not a football fan or games type of person, so mine may be listening to music and hanging out
Okay.
with friends. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you balance between maybe your social life and your academic life?
So those 8 to 10 hours I'll be studying. Then the rest of the time, at least I get to see my friends. We talk a bit. We hang out kidogo. Yeah. So that's how I balance.
Okay. Do you rely on support maybe from your family, from your friends, and maybe your mentors? You have mentors, that is.
Yeah, I do rely on them so much because they help me like
Maybe you
set my
can tell us
standards.
how they helped you. Maybe how your family and your friends and your mentors have helped you maybe overcome the academic pressure.
Okay, most of the time nikikuwa na difficulty in studying and so mostly I go to my mentors. They help me analyze. They make it more simple so that I can understand way better. So like I get to nikienda kusoma, it's way more easier than ningesoma nikiwa alone.
Okay. What about your family?
Yeah, my family also do help on an very suitable condition where I can study, no noise, no nothing. It's just me and my books.
Okay. Maybe if you could tell us how your family uh, maybe help you mentally, like maybe do they advise you, do they motivate you, or are they the type of, you can just tell us.
Okay, they do motivate me, and also they're the ones who help me not to focus more because they say, yeah, you read a lot, you need some time to rest. So they help me with the resting part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Maybe you can tell us, despite the challenges that you've faced, you've managed to achieve some incredible milestones, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Uh, can you share with us maybe some personal, maybe victories that you had that made all the pressure that you have in your studies feel like worthwhile?
Okay. The achievements I've made so far is public speaking. When I was joining, I was not able to do any public speech, but as per now, I'm able to do a public speech very
Okay.
confidently. Yeah.
So you have maybe sharpened your skills for public speaking.
Yeah.
That is part of the. So that's made you feel like the whole pressure of like me studying has been really. It was worth it.
Yeah. It was very
Maybe
worth it.
something else.
Yeah, apart from that, also I have gathered more knowledge about what's going around the world, and also I've developed interest in watching news. I was never a news person, so like now I can just sit and watch news.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's nice. Okay, maybe what lessons have you learned from balancing this highs and lows? Because I'm pretty sure there are days where you feel like, yeah, you're very much motivated, you're active, you're doing your things well, and there are days where you feel like, no, I don't feel like going to school today. I don't feel like studying. I don't feel like doing anything because like there are highs and lows whenever you're doing something. Maybe there are days where you feel like is this all worth it, like how is it going to help me, what is the end goal? So I want you to tell me maybe what have you learned from balancing this highs because at the end of the day you balance it. That is why you're still here, that's why you're still in year 3 and you haven't given up. So I want you to tell me how you've balanced the highs and the lows maybe and the lessons that you no, actually the lessons that you've learned from balancing these highs and lows.
Okay, the lessons I've learned is you need to stay focused, especially on the lows time. You have to stay focused. As for me, I was very focused. I know what I want and I know what I'm going to achieve at the end of all this. So that's what made me be focused. And despite the lows, I was still focused because I'm wanting like the end goal. I'll be proud of it. So yeah, that is what.
So you said like maybe that you've learned to stay motivated
Yeah,
and stay focused and maybe just not giving up.
yeah.
What advice are you going to give a student maybe who's in the audience that is going through the same uh, academic burnouts and pressure as yours?
Okay, my first advice is always to stay focused and look for mentors everywhere. When you find something difficult, don't be hesitant to go and ask for help. Always ask for help. Help itakusaidia, like it simplifies things and you'll understand it way better. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Imani, for sharing your inspiring journey. And your story reminds us that, like, while academic pressure can be overwhelming, it also offers opportunities for growth and achievement. And yeah, I think thank you for sharing your honest experiences and your valuable insights. And yeah, I'm hoping that your resilience would motivate a lot of students and also a lot of people who are going through maybe academic burnouts and pressure. And remember that academic challenges is part of growth,
Yeah.
and also it's part on and I feel like it's important to lean on support systems like our mentors, like our relatives, and maybe our friends to help us maybe go through all these problems. And also to our audience, we hope that this conversation has provided some takeaways for your academic journey. And until next time, stay focused and take care of yourselves.